Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to see the last part of the lesson, the enemy. So please take page number 44 and paragraph 3rd. In the last class, what did we discuss? Yes, Hannah said to Sado that her servant or their servant, Yumi, came to their house and she said that she had lost the baby very much. Immediately, Sado said that once the American had gone from the house, all the servants would come back to their home. That means he had a great hope. The American Jagato, Sarah servants Bapas Sajay. Okay, let us continue now. He went into the guest room that night before he went to bed himself and checked carefully the American's temperature. So before going to the bed, he went to the American's that young man's room, guest room में चला गया और उसका temperature वाला check किया और उसका completely check किया कैसे आदमी और is he all right or not, the state of the wound और उसका wound का condition क्या है and his heart and pulse और heartbeat कितना है, pulse rate क्या है, सारे सब कुछ check कर दिया. The pulse was irregular, but you see that he found out. बाकी सब ठीक है, लेकिन pulse rate irregular था. That means it was not steady or it was unsteady. But that was perhaps because of excitement. तो उन्होंने सोचा, डॉक्टर ने सोचा, ये excitement का वजह से होगा, heartbeat ज़्यादा. The young man's pale lips were pressed together and his eyes burnt. Eyes burnt means eyes looked red in color. और वो young man का, वो American, वो young आदमी का, yes lips वैसे tightly press करके बैठा है. And his eyes were red in color. Only the scars on his neck were red. You see that only the scars on his neck that were red, that were red. It means that वो scare और neck में जो scare है वो सही से heal नहीं हुआ था, बाकी सब ठीक था. I realize you are saving my life again. और एक मैंने बोला, मुझे मालूम है आप वापस एक और बार मेरा लाइफ सेव कर रहे हो. He told Sado, not at all, Sado said, बिल्कुल नहीं. It is only inconvenient to have you here any longer. It is really an inconvenient. That means it is really a trouble, a problem for me, trouble for me, or discomfort for me. You to remain in my house, और कुछ नहीं. That means he could not keep him again. Okay, or any longer at his house. ऐसे कुछ नहीं है. तुम इधर कंटिन्यू करना मेरे लिए yes discomfort है और inconvenient है, इतना है. He had hesitated a good deal about giving the man a flashlight. So he thought of not giving a flashlight. So he hesitated, or we can say that he was reluctant. First of all, he was reluctant to give a flashlight, means torch. पहले उसने सोचा इनको टॉर्च लाइट नहीं देंगे क्योंकि ये कभी चलाने के बाद में कोई देखेगा तो उनको पकड़ में आएगा और डॉक्टर भी पकड़ में आएगा. तो इसलिए फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल ही वाज hesitant to give the man the flashlight, but he had desired to give it to him after all. लेकिन बहुत विचार करने के बाद में उन्होंने सोचा दे देंगे लास्ट में. It was a small one, his own, which he used at night when he was called. ये देखो ये तो सडो की लाइट था, एक छोटी सी टॉर्च था, ये हमेशा यूज करते कोई उनको बुलाने आ गया तो. That means when he was called to treat the patients or take care of the patients, he used to use that torch that he gave to the American. If your food runs out before you catch a boat, he said, signal me 2 flashes at the same instant. Dear students, it is important to instructions दिया. क्या instructions दिया? It's very important. What are the instructions given by him? Okay. So if your food runs out means finishes. अगर आपका खाना खत्म हो गया तो क्या करना? Before you catch a boat, आपको बोट मिलने के पहले आपका खाना अगर खत्म हो गया, signal me 2 flashes. 2 बार ऐसे चलाना. Those you give me a signal by flash, giving the flash like 2 times. And at the same time, instant the sun drops over the horizon. But you see that at the same instant the sun drops over the horizon. That means at the time of dusk. मतलब रात होने के बाद में दिन खत्म हो गया, रात होने के बाद में वो टाइम दोनों के बीच में उसी टाइम में, that means at the time of dusk you have to give 2 flash if your food got over or finished and you did not get to the boat also. Do not signal in darkness. ध्यान रखना रात में darkness में कोई signal नहीं देना, for it will be seen, because if it is done you will be caught or it will be seen by the guards. If you are all right but still there, अगर आप all right हो अभी भी उधर है, then signal me once, एक बार signal देना. You will find fresh fish easy to catch, but you must eat them raw. वो एरिया में बहुत fresh fish होते हैं, लेकिन उसको क्या करना है, आपको raw खाना, मतलब कच्चा खाना. That means you should not cook the food there, because if you cook the food, the people will find out you. Okay, a fire would be seen. Okay, the young man breathed. So the young man agreed all these conditions. He was dressed now in the Japanese clothes, and which Sado had given him, and at the last moment, Sado wrapped means covered, a black cloth about his blonde head. Blonde head means yellow, yes, pale yellow head. तो अभी Japanese cloth पहन रखा था, और लास्ट में उनका येलो हेड है, येलो कलर्ड हेड है, वो जापानीज अलग होते हैं, तो इसलिए वो कोई देखना नहीं चाहिए, इसलिए सडो ने वो भी कवर किए कपड़ा से, एंड ए ब्लैक क्लॉथ से, डार्क कपड़ा से वो भी, यस ब्लैक कपड़ा से वो भी कवर किया. Now Sado said, now you are ready, okay, now you can move. The American without a word shook Sado's hand warmly. So without telling anything, so he gave the shake hand and then walked quite well across the floor and down the step into the darkness of the garden. So धीरे धीरे घर से बाहर निकल के गार्डन से, yes, he moved forward. Once, twice, Sado saw his light flash to find his way. एक और दो बार उसने टॉर्च चलाया, वो तो उसका रास्ता ढूंढने के लिए. But that would not be suspected. लेकिन सडो ने सोचा ये तो ज़्यादा कोई सस्पिशियस का काम नहीं है, किसमें डाउट क्रिएट नहीं करेगा. That means it would not create any doubts to the guards. He waited until from the shore there was no more flash. और वो वेट किया, सडो और वेट किया अपना वरांडा में, देखा और फ्लैश टॉर्च का पूछा, यस लाइट नहीं देखा. Then he crossed the partition. That night he slept. Then he understood that शोर में बिल्कुल लाइट कुछ भी नहीं था, इसका मतलब वो आदमी चला गया. That night he slept peacefully. आराम से सो गया सडो वो रात को. You see, the man escaped. The general asked faintly. Now you can see that here is the conversation between Sado and the general. तो सडो सारे सब कुछ यस जनरल को बोला. इमीडिएटली जनरल ने पूछा, आप बोल रहे वो आदमी चला गया, वो एस्केप हो गया. He had been operated upon a week before. ये देखो 1 week before ये जनरल को सडो ने ऑपरेशन किया. An emergency operation to which Sado had been called in the night. It was an emergency operation. 1 week before ऑपरेशन किया, ये emergency operation था और सडो को रात को बुलाया. So immediately he did the operation. For 12 years Sado had not been sure the general would live. ये देखो ऑपरेशन के बाद में 12 hours उनको यस इसको मालूम नहीं था और गारंटी नहीं थी आदमी जिंदा होंगे क्या नहीं है. Okay, so the Sado was really doubtful whether this man, the general, would be live or not. The gallbladder, you see that what happened here? The gallbladder, yes, was much involved. Involved here means affected. What was the problem with him? उसका gall bladder को affect किया था, बहुत कुछ. Gall bladder that was affected very badly. Then the old man had begun to breathe deeply again and to demand food. और old man अभी ठीक हो गया और जब होश में आ गया तो he started to breathe in yes heavily and he demanded for food. वो खाने के लिए पूछा. Sado had not been able to ask about the assassins. लेकिन सडो को हिम्मत नहीं था वो assassin का बारे में उनसे पूछने के लिए, क्योंकि उनका तबीयत ठीक नहीं है. Assassins means yes that those professional killers. Okay, उसका बारे में पूछने का हिम्मत नहीं था क्योंकि उसका हालत बहुत खराब था. So for us he knew they had never come. So लेकिन सडो को मालूम था अभी तक कोई उनके घर पे आया नहीं. The servants had returned and Yumi had cleaned the guest room thoroughly and had burnt sulfur in it to get the white man smell out of it. ये देखो सारे servants वापस आ गया और यूमी ने क्या किया, सारा रूम यस डिसइंफेक्ट किया क्योंकि वो द स्मेल था वो वाइट मैन का स्मेल वगैरह वो रूम में था, इसलिए वो निकालने के लिए सल्फर वगैरह यूज करके तो यस हैना ने पूरा रूम साफ किया. And to get the white man smell out of, nobody had said anything. और कोई कुछ नहीं बोला. Only the gardener was cross. Cross here means angry. एक ही आदमी गुस्सा में था. Who was that? The gardener. Because why was he angry? क्यों गुस्से में था? Because he had got behind with his chrysanthemums. Chrysanthemums ये flower है, नवंबर में होते हैं. वो plant उसको लगाने के लिए yes late हो गया. He did not get much time to yes plant this flower. इसलिए वो थोड़ा गुस्सा में था. But after a week, Sado felt the general was well enough to be spoken to about the prisoner. लेकिन 1 week हो गया ऑपरेशन के बाद में. अभी सडो ने सोचा अभी वो prisoner के बारे में इनको बात करेंगे. अभी ये ठीक है, बात करना जैसे है. Yes, Excellency, he escaped. So he said, yes, Excellency. वो तो escape हो गया. Sado now said he coughed significantly that he had not said all he might have said, but was unwilling to disturb the general further. After telling this, you see that he coughed. It means that he wanted to say more. और कुछ बोलना चाहते, लेकिन उसको condition देखे वो नहीं बोलना चाहता था. ये बताने के लिए वो cough किया. But the old man opened his eyes suddenly. But immediately the old man opened his eyes. That prisoner, oh prisoner, he said with some energy, did I not promise you I would kill him for you? मैंने आपको प्रॉमिस किया था ना आपके लिए उसको मैं मार डाल दूंगा. You did, Excellency, Sado said. Yes, Sado agreed that. Well, the old man said in a tone of amazement. Amazement means surprise. So I did. Yes, मैंने किया था. But you see, I was suffering a good deal. लेकिन you know that I was suffering a good deal. I was suffering too much. And the truth is, I thought of nothing but myself. ये सच्चाई है, मैंने और कुछ बारे में सोचा नहीं. मैं मेरा तबीयत का बारे में सोच रहा था. मैं बिल्कुल मेरा तबीयत बिल्कुल खराब था. So I couldn't get time to think about it. In short, I forgot my promise to you. In short, मैंने आपको जो promise दिया वो भूल गया. I wanted your Excellency Sado मारना अच्छा. And Sado immediately said, really, I wanted. I surprised you. Why did you forget about your promise? It was certainly very careless for me. So really, it was careless. He felt sorry for that. ये मेरा carelessness हो गया, the general said. But you understand, it was not lack of patriotism or dereliction of duty. Dereliction means non-performance. लेकिन ये नहीं सोच रहा, मैं जापान को प्यार नहीं करते, मुझे patriotism नहीं है बिल्कुल, और मेरा duty का dereliction है और neglect of my duty, ऐसे कुछ भी नहीं. Actually, मैं भूल गया इसका बारे में. He looked anxiously at his doctor. If the matter should come out, you would understand that, wouldn't you? That means he said that, yes, the matter had come out to you, and you are a person who could understand these things very well. Certainly, Your Excellency. Bilkul, मैं समझ रहा हूँ. Sado said. He suddenly comprehended that the general was in the palm of his hand, and that was the consequence. He myself was perfectly safe. एकदम Sado ने सोचा, yes, ये आदमी मतलब जनरल पूरा मेरे हाथ में था. Okay, and this man he immediately comprehended. That means he understood that the general was in the palm of his hand. That means he was under his complete control. पूरा उनकी कंट्रोल में था. और उसका रिजल्ट था. उसका रिजल्ट का वजह से क्या रिजल्ट था? What was the consequence of it? What was the result of it? He was perfectly safe. इसलिए वो perfect रहा. Okay, otherwise Sado would have been arrested by the police. I can swear to your loyalty. I can swear to your loyalty. I understand your loyalty towards the country. Excellency, he said to the old general, and your zeal against the enemy, and your interest against, zeal means interest, enthusiasm against the enemy, and your loyalty to the country, that I know very well. You are a good man. The general murmured, after both the charge, and he closed his eyes. You will be rewarded. आपको reward मिल जाएगी. But Sado was searching the spot of black in the twilight sea that night. वो रात को Sado देख रहा था कुछ लाइट का निशान आ रहा है क्या, और फ्लैश लाइट आ रहे और कुछ सिग्नल आ रहा था. And the young man had come that other night. And into his mind, although without reason, there came other white faces he had known. But you see that he stood there for a moment in the veranda. Veranda में ऐसे खड़ा होके वो देख रहा था. But you see that there was no flashlight. और कोई सिग्नल नहीं था. इसका मतलब वो आदमी तो चला गया. That was the great reward for him. And immediately he started to think about the people that he had met in America. जो अमेरिका में उसने मिला हुआ लोग के बारे में immediately वो सोचने लगे. And the professor at whose house he had met Hannah, वो professor के बारे में उधर Hannah का मुलाकात उधर ही हुआ था. और ये dull man and his wife, वो dull man और उसका wife कैसे था? ये silly talkative woman, हमने पहले discuss किया. और talkative woman, in spite of her wish to be kind, even though who was very kind, लेकिन वो बहुत kind था, but she was very talkative. He remembered his old teacher of anatomy का ये पुराना वो teacher के बारे में, old teacher के बारे में, who had been so insistent on mercy with the knife. Always वो बोला था जब operation theatre में when you use the knife you must show the kindness to the patients. और ये बार-बार बोलता था वो old anatomy teacher के बारे में सोचा. And then he remembered the face of his fat and slatternly landlady. Slatternly means untidy. फिर उसका landlady के बारे में सोचा. She was very fat and untidy. उसके बारे में सोचा. He had great difficulty in finding a place to live in America because he was a Japanese. As a Japanese, उनको बहुत difficulty था उधर एक घर ढूंढने के लिए रहने का. And you see that the Americans were full of prejudice. Yes, क्योंकि American को हमेशा prejudice था. That means preconceived opinions था. And it had been better to live in it, knowing himself they are superior. And it was very difficult for him to live in such a place, knowing that he was a superior human being than these Americans. How he had despised the ignorant and dirty old woman. तो बहुत कुछ hate करता था किसको? Ignorant old landlady को. And despised means hated. And concerned because at last she consented, agreed to give the house to him. That was in a miserable state. That means that was in a pathetic condition. बहुत खराब condition ऐसे घर था. वो भी लास्ट में उनको देने के लिए तैयार हो गया. वो लेडी के बारे में उनका दिमाग में आ गया. He had once tried to be grateful for her because she had in his last year nursed him through influenza. देखो ये last year उसका studies का last year में he had influenza fever आ गया तो उस टाइम में उसको nurse किया. इसलिए उन्होंने थोड़ा kind होने की उनके साथ थोड़ा kind होने की कोशिश किया. But it was difficult. But it was very difficult for him to be thankful to that woman, for she was no less repulsive to him in her kindness. इतना kindness बताया फिर भी वो उसको hate करते रहे. Now he remembered the youthful, yes, haggard face of his prisoner. अभी वो youthful, yes, haggard means lean, thin face of that prisoner. उसको बारे में सोचा, white and repulsive, and really he was a hateful man. He hated that man. Strange, he thought. फिर भी उन्होंने सोचा, I wonder why I could not kill him. मैं क्यों उसको kill नहीं किया? Why did I leave that man without killing? Or why did I leave? Yes, my enemy without killing? He wondered. Dear students, I hope all of you understood this portion very well. So please subscribe and like my channel. Thank you. Thank you.